Hello and welcome to Jokakaka. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And holy shit, Sam.
Yeah,
this
99.
Chapter 99 of JoJolion. That's what we are. We are a JoJolion
Are we?
review podcast. We read JoJolion. We have review discussions of it. And chapter 99 just dropped today.
The 99
Holy
red
shit.
balloons of chapters.
What was that?
I said the 99 red balloons of JoJo chapters.
Hilarious reference.
The only time I can make that.
I mean, Nina has been referenced. She's referenced in part 3, I think, right?
Which one?
One of the standees. Nina. Nina is the German performer that sings 99 Red Balloons.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
All right, this isn't about JoJolion, so... Well, actually, let's make a little connection
you said this isn't about JoJolion, you said?
Yeah, your 99 Red Balloons tangent.
Basically, this podcast isn't about JoJolion.
No, this podcast is, but what is in JoJolion this chapter is the stone mask.
Or just stones in general.
And Hermes.
And Enya twice.
Enya
twice.
Oh my god, that one iconic shot of Enya with her. I think it's when her son, two right-handed man, it's coming to me. Yeah, Jay Guile. When Jay Guile dies and she screams and runs around, that was the panel that they used here, and it's hilarious to see like Araki's Part 3 style next to like newer drawings that he's done.
Yeah, because the Herbie's
like,
picture was also like, in their part style, and I think the only because like, he did redraw Enya in the Part 8 style for one of the hardcovers.
Oh, did he?
I believe she's on either the front cover or the back cover of one of those.
That is pretty sick.
Yeah, I think it's like the third or fourth volume.
So chapter 99.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
This has been an insane chapter.
Yeah, this is like
absolutely insane.
Because like if you follow like the translator, he literally said like this is like an all-star like like everyone is here. Like, oh, you mean we're gonna see every character in the main crew? No, he really meant everyone is literally fucking here.
Fucking Dio shows up.
I mean, Dio, I'm not surprised. Enya and Hermes, out of like, any like character, like a female character, and Hermes is being the one that's there.
It was kind of shocking to see Enya. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's the character that I never would have expected to see again. I was
surprised at Hermes. I have like a love for Hermes, and I was like, they picked her over like JoJolion or even like.
But Sam, you hate part 6.
But I love Hermes.
All right, so before we begin, proper, I did a fun little thing this week on our YouTube channel. I'm gonna just plug this right here. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
I was gonna do the shilling, but you got it.
No, yeah. Make sure if you want to keep up to date with our reviews, we always get our reviews out like we always try and get like 24 hours after the chapter comes out, as fresh as possible, as fresh as a new Jokakaka off the fruit. So definitely hit subscribe to keep up with us. We have a lot of other content coming out too.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, it's the whole YouTube
we'll get there
thing.
and plugged if you make it that far.
Yeah, but so to tie into what I was just saying, I put a little thing out a few days ago on our YouTube community page, asking people what their predictions were for this chapter, and if it was close or the best ones, I would read them out. And I have to say, most of them were hilariously wrong.
as we all are.
The fact that we didn't see any Joshu or Yasuo this chapter is just hysterical, because everyone was like, oh damn, it's gonna be Joshu versus Tooru, and it's like
they're waiting for that chapter 100.
Yeah, it's gonna be the big climactic big boom boom.
They have a 7-page nut.
Yeah, but so the 7-page nut, which we're all eagerly on the edge of our seats for the 7-page nut.
Literally are.
What if it's just not even 7 pages? What if it's a whole chapter?
100-page nut spread.
100 spread. That's why Araki has been he's been in quarantine, hunkered down, just drawing 100 pages of the other one. Joshu. Yeah, Joshu doing a punch on Tooru.
No, all the translators are confused. Like everybody gets altered. Like we're at chapter 100, and Araki just at like a very long, like he's at the Great Wall and just puts down a giant cloak, and it's just the entire 100-page spread nut on the Great Wall of China, from beginning to end.
But yeah, so I wanted to read. So I'm gonna give. I have 2 winners. I'm gonna say there's 2 winners. Okay. For this contest that isn't actually a contest. It was just to be read on air. So this was before the chapter came out. Joel Garcia, this is what he said. So Not 100%, but he was the closest that any of the ones that I'd read, without having like any egregious mistakes or mispredictions. So he says the head doctor is only a stand, which is pretty much confirmed because he literally says, "I'm Dr. Wu," or no, he doesn't say that. He says, "I'm sorry, I don't know. I just ate a big bowl of pasta, and I feel like I just have all this like excess energy in me right now."
You're on a pasta high.
I'm on a pasta high right now, dude. I'm
there.
like tweaking. I made my own Alfredo. Maybe it's all the shit in my homemade Alfredo, which is just garlic and other like food.
To the fuck.
So, Joel Garcia said the head doctor is only a stand. Tooru is a rock human, and the hairpin installed fake memories into Yasho.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have confirmation of the third one, but
it's probably going to be.
I mean, like, it's not confirmed, but it's definitely, I would say, plausible.
Because that's a subject I do want to get into when we get there. Because the chapter is going page by page because so much happens on each fucking page.
Yeah, okay, and then so I'll announce our other winner, which is a friend of the show, Mastermind6425, who we actually had on for a Jokakaka once.
Mm-hmm.
This is hilarious. Just one sentence. It would be really cool to get a backstory for Tooru.
And we did.
We definitely did.
So congratulations, give all yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, and also thank you everyone for commenting. I'm being a little glib by saying like a lot of people mispredicted, but there were so many interesting theories. Highly recommend reading through some of those. We got like a ton of responses. It was fantastic. It made me very excited to see how energetic and ganky this the JoJolion community is.
I love how everybody's on this high now.
It really feels like, I don't know, there was so much anticipation for this chapter, and then now that it finally hit, it was like, boom. Like everyone is going nuts. Including me, apparently, on my pasta high.
Everybody's on a pasta high. So, chapter 99, Endless Calamity, part 5. So,
damn, is that really the title? I was so like absorbed in the events, I didn't realize it was still Endless Calamity.
Oh yeah, even though like it's more so it could have been a different name just for the backstory, but
yeah, for real.
But yeah, this is like the first page. We literally see Hermes and we see Enya. We see I'm not sure how many you recognize, but he's just like the girl from The Grudge.
Or
Sam, Juon,
Sam, you fucking suck, Sam. It's not The Grudge. Even though you are correct, that Juon is the Japanese title of The Grudge.
I'm sorry, I only follow the Sarah Michelle Gellar one, the true one.
Is she really in that?
I'm pretty sure she's in the first Grudge, the American Grudge.
No, this is actually Sadako from the Ring franchise, or as it's known in Japan.
Oh yeah, it totally is.
Ringu?
It really is. I do not follow Japanese horror that much.
Yeah, that's because Yeah.
Do you recognize anyone else on the? Because I'm pretty sure Aretha Franklin is that Aretha? I'm pretty sure it's Aretha Franklin as the.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're correct. I don't know who's above Aretha Franklin. I honestly don't know. I wonder if she's more of like a famous Japanese celebrity.
I was thinking that, or like an Olympic athlete for Japan.
Definitely, this woman, because these are all women, has a very athletic build, so I can see that. Well, obviously, the one statue is the Venus de Milo.
Yes, Cleopatra, I believe, as like on the.
I'm pretty sure that's Cleopatra. We have.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the girl in like the turn. Like I've seen that like a picture or painting, and I just can't remember. But then there's that statue that I've seen in Animal Crossing.
I've also seen it in my Shin Megami Tensei games.
Yes, yeah, he also is a persona.
I'm not sure. Yeah, and I think the woman is Catherine the Great.
Yeah, I think so. And Hermes is there, and Enya.
Hermes and Enya are there. Also, Joan of Arc, or Joan d'Arc, as they would say.
I figured that was Joan of Arc.
Also, so who is this woman? Who is this Part 8 woman?
She's just Part 8 rock woman.
Is this Josephume's mother?
I don't think so.
I should have looked
her
back.
Weird, like, rock, like, bikini.
To me, I thought strawberries at first, but that makes more sense that it's like rock because we see the rocks later on.
This is literally what they look like underneath their clothing. They don't have to wear a bra; they come like, naturally with one. So yeah, this the first like this page is about like female rock humans, and basically being the same, and they're able to reproduce with humans, but not the same with the opposites. Which I'm pretty sure we knew that at least from like the early rock human information that the males couldn't reproduce with like humans.
I think we might have. I think that's probably like the biggest thing. So basically, this kind of is like the first allusion to it, and it comes up a lot in this chapter. But basically, I think the idea that Araki's bringing forth here is that rock humans are parasites. Their entire existence is parasitic to humans because unless I don't remember, and this chapter doesn't make it clear that if female and male rock humans can conceive together, which I'm assuming they can. Yeah. But it seems like there is a purpose for them to do it with humans, like for the female rock humans to do it with the human men.
Yeah. And they give birth in the spring and summer seasons and like carry a fetus for 6 months.
Okay, there's so much fucking here. There's so much here that I'm just trying to like process. So,
they also because from that into like saying they don't really show affection or parental relationship with the child.
Like, yeah. Furthermore, it goes on to say that like later in the chapter, I think that rock humans don't have like any sort of human drive to be social creatures at all. Like the only reason why all of the Demokon gang were together was because of the mission and like the convenience of working together, which is kind of crazy because like we do see poor Tom likes to, I mean he clearly likes to like fuck, and
well he has to crawl in there.
So maybe with him it's more of just like it doesn't care, the women don't matter, it's just more of like him getting his like pleasure. Well yeah, I mean he does do that, he does provide or what's it called, provide fellatio to the woman.
He seemed like just someone who likes to, just likes to do the act and not like do it for like love or actual love. He just likes doing it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He just really likes to fuck. So yeah, then we had this woman in a kimono, going to the forest, which looks beautiful, by the way, that Araki drew.
Yeah, I wonder. Great. So I can't remember where I heard this. I don't want to like misattribute it, but I heard something recently. Okay, sorry. I just want to. We'll go back to this in a sec. The woman on the front is not Josefume's mom. She looks very different.
No. People saying it was. I heard some people say it could be Johnny's wife.
Oh.
People were like thinking like, oh my god, it's Johnny's wife, because she wore a kimono in like a flashback. But I don't think that is.
Okay, sorry. To just jump back to what you were talking about, like so the backgrounds. I remember hearing that I think a lot of Araki's assistants seem to do his backgrounds, and I hate to be one of those people that throws information out there without having a source, but if anyone does have a source for that, I'd be interested, because yeah, the backgrounds in this chapter are like, and there's a lot of just real like detailed illustrations of animals, and it's very interesting. It just feels not very JoJo. Like, well, the backgrounds, JoJolion has had very good backgrounds, but
yeah, this is probably like the most like forest we've like really had in JoJo. Thinking about it,
like, I mean, part 7 has what's the one arc? Is it the Rocky Mountains something?
What the spirit in the tree?
Yeah, that one was like in a forest, and like I feel like that part 7 had more forest than we'd seen, but
probably. But so yeah, then you basically just get her leaving the baby in like a dead tree without it wrapped up, and it's very tiny.
Okay, yes. So when I was reading this, I'm American and I don't know the metric system, so I just kind of glazed over when I saw 12 millimeters. And then I looked it up. Sam, it's an inch. This baby's a fucking inch long.
I was like, that's a pretty big... I was like that too, and I was just like, oh, that's a really big bee.
No, it is a tiny, tiny baby.
It's just a micro baby.
It is an incredibly small baby, to the point that it actually kind of terrifies me. Have you ever seen like baby kangaroos when baby kangaroos are born?
I don't watch animals giving birth, Jim. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you're missing out on the miracle of life, Sam.
I'm good.
But so when a kangaroo is born, they literally are like an inch long. Like they are this tiny little like red like fetus looking thing, and they're born from like the place that most mammals are born from. But then they crawl on the mom's body into the pouch, and then that's where they live until they become big enough. So they literally are born like premature. So this is kind of reminding me of that.
But the baby's kind of more grown than just like a disgusting fetus.
Yeah, no, it looks like a fully developed baby. Like a baby that would have come to term.
Yeah. It's
Full
literally
term
the size of an insect.
But so, yeah, the narration explains that the first thing to... So as the mother abandons the baby, the first thing to be attracted to the baby are not like predators, but they're bugs. Well, I mean, they're predators, but they're not like big mammals. They're like bugs. And yeah,
so
the baby...
is it always like bees and hornets? Like every rock human just gets like stows away with them? It's literally like the beginning of fucking of Elf, where Buddy just sneaks into like Santa Claus's like pouch and just goes back to the North Pole with them. Just like that.
Wait, what?
I remember in the beginning of Elf, that's how Buddy like...
Oh, yeah.
Crawls out.
Oh, my God. That's so... Yeah, you're so right. That does happen in the beginning of Elf.
Yes, it's kind of like this, where instead of just hiding in the sack, he just crawled onto his blind spot, and he's like begrudgingly takes it back to the hive.
So, I think what you can kind of connect this to in real life is like cordyceps. Like cordyceps are like the those like mushrooms that or fungus rather that bury into the brains of ants and other small bugs, and then it like mind controls them to like return to their nest, so that when it returns to the nest, it can like shoot out more spores and infect like a whole nest and completely destroy a colony. So, because that's what it kind of does here. Like it latches onto this wasp. So it's funny because in the memes lately have been about these like giant Japanese wasps coming to America,
the murder hornets.
The murder hornets, and these are them. Like this baby jumps onto a murder hornet. And
Rocky probably saw like, yeah, these are pretty popular right now, and they're pretty cool.
Do you think that Rocky fucking checks like American memes?
I'm pretty sure the Japanese hornets came like, they're pretty popular in Japan, so I'm sure it's a common thing over there.
Yeah, but they've been like
Americans freak out about it.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically the baby gets taken back. So the baby starts like harden so that it's protected from... It turns into stone so that it's protected from the wasp.
Its instincts makes it like dodge a like stinger and like grab onto it. Like the baby's instincts are like ridiculous.
The baby's got like shonen powers where it can like slow down time in its mind and grab the weak spot and latch itself on.
Pretty much monologues entire strategies.
Then, so I just love how like well thought out this whole thing is. So the baby gets returned to the hornet nest, then it rolls around until it finds the queen. And
yeah, it turns to stone and like rolls, like it goes in and out of like how much rock it is. Yeah, and then rolls around. It's weird. It's very fucking weird.
It becomes the queen. It like, literally it takes over the queen's body, and like controls it.
But the weird thing is, it does take over her body, but like, but it goes into every generation queen.
Yeah, well. So it's like, this is weird. Like, this is such a fucking, like, I don't know what hornet like culture is like. I don't know how often queens switch out, but this is a tenacious baby.
For 17 years, and I wouldn't assume their lifespans are like nearly as long as like other insects, but still,
so
it's crazy. And
yeah,
it's a warm, safe place to sleep and gets nutrients. But it says inside the body, the multiple generations of queens. So does it like just when it gives birth, it just goes into wherever the queen births, and then that's...
I must be. I mean,
it's just weird. They just passes himself in there. It's just such a weird thing.
It is really weird. But
like,
so
I thought it was like a parasite where it was just like attached to him, or a symbiotic thing where he kind of just learned from like being the pouch kangaroo, the little Joey, I think they're called, inside the queen, the kind of viewing from like learning from her instead of just like... That's what I felt like. That's what it probably could have been. or probably was.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, so this is very specific to Japan. Like, Japan is known for having these massive hornets. If you're a rock human in, like, I don't know, like Sweden, where I assume they don't have murder hornets, does it, like, is it a different animal? Is it, like, a different bug?
Also, just the symbiotic thing is the only thing rock humans can do at like infancy, or like at certain points can they literally just jump. This reminds me of like very like Pillarmen when like Santana was able to like go into like certain like into Stroheim and everything like that. That was more like a puppet control more than a symbiote thing. But like
and doesn't it like doesn't Santana like drink the people too? Like he like drinks their, or is that something that Wham does?
Maybe Wambu was more blood focused. Could have been Wambu, but like Santana was more so like passing through, like going into people, using them as like just like a skin suit to like get into the sun.
But yeah, like I think that they also like drain them, and there's a part. Remember when like all of the Nazis go and find the 3 Pillar Men?
He may have drained them because I remember he could like flatten himself, and maybe he drained him to get like to reflate himself.
But yeah, so definitely. I mean, there's no. It's not vague that the stone people or stone rock humans, whatever they're called, are very analogous to elements of part 2 with the Pillar Men.
You also got
in certain ways.
Then because of reading Hunter x Hunter, like this is my big Chimera Ant shit with like the queen having just like a baby inside of it, like that. I was like, oh god, give me like flashbacks.
Okay, so this is the craziest part about the rock humans. They give birth. Sorry, they don't give birth. That was the wrong word to use. After 17 years of living inside and on these wasps, they just fully mature. So they go from being a 1-inch long baby to being a full grown-ass Tooru.
A 17-year-old.
Yeah, a full 17-year-old Tooru. And we see him emerge from the ground, along with a few others.
Well, yeah, it says when it will abruptly grow in stature, kill all the wasps, and venture into the outside world. He also just killed like all the people he grew up with, essentially.
So, do you think this means that like there was a cut scene where Tooru is like he goes from 1 inch to like 2 inches to 3, and like as he's growing, he's just like destroying like wasps and having like fist fights with all these wasps.
At this point, he probably just embraced where the stinger doesn't hurt, or like they view him as their queen, so they just kind of take it. Like he's been their queen for like multiple generations. And could there be teasing like more rock humans, other like left now, like at least 2 more?
Yes, actually. So someone on our Discord, plugging our Discord now. Someone on our Discord, I'm going to try and find it because I want to credit them. They posted a picture of the Led Zeppelin album cover, Houses of the Holy, which, if you've ever seen it, is like a bunch of little kids who are like naked, crawling out of rocks. Well, they're not really crawling out of rocks; they're crawling up rocks.
Yeah, House of the Holy.
Is it? What did I say?
I said House of the Holy, right? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, House of the Holy. Damn, I'm trying to find who posted that. I feel bad. But the hairstyles of the 2 other rock humans we see, and this person pointed out, look very similar to the ones we see here. So the rock humans must be on a big Zeppelin kick right now. Yeah,
it would probably be never seen again. And then it goes into like them being carbon based as well.
Well,
carbon and silicon, like.
So humans are carbon based. All life on Earth is carbon based. And
the silicon and carbon based. He goes into the really like the DNA to everything.
Yeah. So basically, this whole theory it's not a theory. It's Iraqi telling us what happened. Is basically so as life began. There was as life emerged as like a carbon-based element or a carbon-based organism, there was another like he refers to it as basically like a fallback plan. It's like a parallel evolution of creatures that are silicon-based instead of carbon-based. So that explains what the rock organisms are, as he refers to them here as.
Yeah.
So this is really exciting.
Yeah, because not only the rock humans, but the rock animals, whenever we figure more about that out.
And one thing I really love here is, I'm trying to find the line exactly, but he says, like, or the narration says, I should say, that it's not like there is like a good and a bad. It's not like there's a shadow for light. Like, it's not like because humans and normal regular life exist, that means that there's like an evil version.
Yeah.
It's literally just like it was a survival plan that nature had devised, however it did, so that in case, a fallback plan, so that in case carbon life didn't work, then there'd be another way. And that's, I don't know. I think this is super interesting, and it's crazy. This like recontextualizes like the whole part for me. Honestly, it becomes this like whole insane like thing, and which, not to like just keep like yammering on, but we see this directly connected to part 7, and we see fucking scenes of part 7.
Well, before we get there, there's the shot of Tooru's butt.
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
The thumbnail and the great Twitter edit of the edit the crack, which is like amazing.
Yes, I was trying to find out who made the. I'm not sure if I'll use the crack version or the non-crack version for the thumbnail, because I don't want to like steal it if someone else had made it. I was trying to find out who did it, but whatever. Hilarious, also menacing, really fucking cool. To see Tooru just like emerge from the ground.
Painted so like he's just the focus of so much of this art, like the art and everything. It's just crazy, like how much he's gotten now. This origin story, fucking awesome.
It is insane to think like back, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, we could never have imagined that Tooru would be the character that he has become.
I know. I'm pretty sure I remember like having a prediction where like I was like, man, what if just Tooru like has all this build up to be a villain, but he's just gonna be like just another bro to go get like, to help them out, like legit. It's just a misdirect. But nope, it was everybody predicted it.
Yeah, really.
And Jobin was being the main villain with the thing going around, and now Jobin's in a pile of blood. But yeah. And then
he's still there, dying.
Yeah, and then they talk about just like more information on Rocky Moon, like them like loving the Earth and all that stuff, and then we get your shot of part 7 that you're talking about.
Yeah, so what he refers to this as, the narration, is that they make special places. So they use they use something to make these quote unquote special places that have that says that it's like their true homes basically. So we see the Devil's Palms. So we see Soundman running with Johnny and Gyro.
Sandman.
And what?
Sandman?
No, his name's Soundman. Don't you remember?
Sure.
Yeah, his real name is Soundman.
Yeah.
Because he said like, all the white men called me Sandman. It makes more sense in Japanese apparently.
I know, but it does sound like something like Eyes of Heaven. Like, oh, his name can't be Sandman. It's Soundman.
Enter Soundman.
I've been playing too much Eyes of Heaven, but yeah. Then we get like I think Lucy saying the Devil's Palm, and then what looks like Lucy again in Morio in the an all black outfit with like a speedwagon. A briefcase. So this opened the whole I think yes, it makes sense that Lucy is working for the government, like in like just being because she's probably the agent that went back to get the corpse parts back from Japan after Johnny took them all. Since she knows probably the most about it, other than Johnny.
Do you think she killed Johnny?
I don't think she killed Johnny. I think after like she had to take the corpse parts back to the United States, like after Johnny did what he did.
Yeah, but who killed Johnny Joestar? Like, remember that chapter from Steel Ball Run?
It was Calamity.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Calamity hit him because he went to pursue something, and the Rock crushed him.
Okay, and then so the next thing we see is the fucking stone mask.
Wait, hold on. I still want the
Sorry, I'm so excited.
Do you think the Speedwagon Foundation just exists now? There was no Speedwagon in Part 7. So
is that true?
I believe so.
Because I thought I heard someone say, hold on, let me look it up.
I know like Stroheim, Abdul appeared in Part 7 in the race, but like, I don't think Speedwagon or Speedwagon Foundation. Maybe it had been referenced, but I don't think it's been like established.
The Speedwagon Foundation is one of the sponsors for the Steel Ball Run race.
That's such a tiny thing, and that's crazy. That's interesting that the Speedwagon Foundation was established before the race. So, and you think the briefcase just has the corpse parts in it, or do you think it's like I don't know, it's kind of a small briefcase to fit all the pieces of Jesus in it.
So, okay, so let's look at this. Look at these scenes from like, what's her name? Fuck. Lucy's point of view. I was thinking Holly's. Like, Holly's not right.
I love Lucy's, like, her black outfit, and it's just really just gonna open up, like, this is what happened, like, after Johnny. This is gonna be the information about what happened, like, after Johnny sacrificed. I'm pretty sure she'll be the point of view character for whenever we get that.
So, okay, so she has a briefcase with her. This must take place in at least the late 1800s, if not the early 1900s. And we see behind her is the patient's palm.
Yes.
Which looks virtually unchanged to how we see it currently in JoJolion. And I think we're to assume that she's burying the parts here, or burying something here. Maybe not the parts.
Maybe no burying, like, she's there. Maybe she developed a stand there, and then when we get, maybe she actually have like a flashback stand battle.
Well, okay, first off, I love the idea of a flashback chapter with Lucy. I will scream. I'll scream so loud
okay, guys,
if Rocky does that.
She's over, like, 18 now. I'm sorry.
What if she's not? What if it's only 3 years later?
3 years later.
And she's still 17. But so she is the one that's saying these things. Like, everything at this point has been narration, except when she says the devil's palm, and we see her in her, I'm pretty sure that's her Part 7 costume, and then we see her in Morio.
Just in the updated Part 8 style.
Yeah, and we see her in Morio saying the ground of Morio. So she is either aware, or she definitely is aware of the rock humans at this point, or at least aware that there is something special about the ground of Morio. But I mean,
what if she's like a distant relative? She stays in Morio, and she comes a distant relative to Yasho.
Huh. Well, does Yasuho have like white features?
Oh.
No, I'm kind of joking.
You never know, man.
This is me bringing the Poochie debate back and making everyone angry.
But I totally think that this leads in just to, like, any more flashback stuff that has to be shown that Lucy will be the POV character in it. And I love that. I think anyone has, like, an expert opinion about the corpse part or anything related to Part 7, it's her. And I think that's great. And I love that thing, if that's what he's doing.
Yeah, this is really exciting. And we know that the cave that the ritual takes place, like the equivalent exchange ritual, is that what they call it? Like the father-son sacrifice thing?
Pretty much.
That takes place near the patient's palm. So, like,
when we learn about the land, I think that's probably when the flashback will happen, and like what Lucy did there.
Yeah, I mean, it's still important to remember that the ground of Morio itself has the power of equivalent exchange. Like, it's not just the fruit that Josefume used to save Kira. Well, try to save Kira. So yeah, I think that I think it's pretty safe to say the corpse parts or some sort of relic of equal power is probably right under Joshu's feet, right as he's cowering in his boots.
You mean not cowering? You mean finding his resolve to help Yasho?
That's true. I mean, he was crying.
Yeah, but he just walked past the bloody corpse of his brother.
Oh, poor Joshu.
But speaking of items of power, though, like you said earlier, we saw the Dio with the stone mask, Enya with the arrow, and then the boys, Kira and Jofume, which is awesome. And then the wall's eyes underneath them all, just to show it even more.
And yeah, and the patient's palm is there too.
You really gotta show that tree. And I love the face of the walls.
Yeah, this is probably the most like clear that we've ever seen the walleye just being like a really funny face.
Like, oh. Love it.
But yeah, then there's an ominous shot of Tooru. So I guess we kind of do see Tooru.
The shot of all the doctor team and him like basically at the top, like very looking like he's the leader kind of look to him. I do love how they keep Do-Re-Mi, like they're in the shot with Urban Gorilla, like in there twice.
Urban Gorilla is just in there twice for some reason.
It's so funny that like, he always looks like this, but then there's just that one picture of him at the doctor, and he just like never used that picture.
I love that so much. But so, oh yeah.
And then so that's the end. Like that's like the first part of this chapter, like that whole thing.
Yeah, when I was reading this, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, there's going to be more. Like, this would have been a killer chapter in itself, but then there's just like a whole extra flashback that we get. Like, what the fuck?
We get to a fucking funeral. This seeing the plant appraiser without his hat, even as a child, is like really weird because I didn't expect him to have like blonde hair.
Do they say it's blonde?
I don't think they say it's blonde. It just like it's white or blonde or like it's a very like light color. When you always see his pigtails, which always been like shown as black.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's funny how he like. I mean, if we really look at his hair here, like he has a killer mullet that he's just tying up into two pigtails or ponytails or whatever. But yeah, he looks really funny. You wouldn't even fucking know it's him if it wasn't for those pigtails. Yeah.
I mean, I need to get a full shot. I need to see if his suit is actually like a suit and not like a onesie.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That'd be really funny. He's the only one at his dad's funeral with a onesie on.
Yeah, it's a funeral for his dad and his mom. He talked about his mom is like off to the side, which is like, man, I wonder if they're gonna do something with his mom now. Yeah. Mom, their theme in this part.
So. Then we see a very dashing Norisuke.
A funny Valentine-like.
He does actually kind of look a little like funnier. He looks very handsome. Did you also notice that there's a Jobin and Hato?
Yeah, someone pointed that out, and then I went back and saw him.
I didn't even notice it the first time.
No Kaito. Kaito. I said Kaito's probably in jail. Kaito's in jail.
You added like an I in that.
Yeah, she's in jail right now because Jobin's like a teenager.
Yes.
So this had it because Rai is like 31 right now in current, and at this age you can assume that he's
probably like a mid-teen, middle like a 16, I think 15, 16, because he doesn't look. He looks very small, and we know that JoJo Rocky likes to draw teenagers as adults when they like are like late teenagers.
Yeah. And yeah, then he gives them a nice hug, and then he talked about seeing a bug, like a weird bug in the pear orchard. And
his father's pear orchard.
Yeah, which we assume it will probably. They have a picture of it too, but it's like probably like a rock insect. I'm guessing then. And this is.
Wait, do they show it?
When he says like no one believes me, it's those insects, and then he said I saw it with my own eyes, and then you kind of see like a smushed bug. Or that's fruit. I can't read. It looks like it was a bird. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a bird. It's a bird that has the asbestos shooting out of it.
Unless you kind of see a leg underneath and like coming out of the ground. It looks like kind of it looks like the.
Yeah, that's D8. The same. D That's the same bug.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see like the little fleshy bit of it. That's like the part that like chucks the popsicle stick.
Ball. It's weird, like everything's like connecting back to him now in this like moment. It's kind of crazy.
It's really crazy considering that. Well, okay, it's not really crazy, Sam, because you know why? It's Rai's gonna die. Rai's gonna die soon.
He's getting all this flashback. He can never die.
Sam, I hate to break it to you, but
he's gonna.
That's what Rocky does. He gives characters. Wait, sorry, what?
He's gonna talk about getting a margarita pizza after this is all said and done.
No, Sam. This isn't how Rocky works. Rocky likes to. He makes it as worse as possible for you, and then he breaks your world.
Not dead until he's a ghost in the sky.
I don't know. I think Aeon Star and a million other people on the internet have made jokes about all of Rai's death flags, and like to me, this is like the final nail in the coffin. Really, like I feel like Rai's gonna die.
But we find out that his dad fell he went to investigate like his the orchard because he kept telling him about the bugs and everything, and there was during a typhoon, and he died like in the middle of that. But after he tells the story, that we see the head doctor in the background, like of the funeral.
Yeah, it's really great. It's a great shot because you see the hair first, and then you're like, oh my god, it's him, and then he puts the hat on, and you're like, oh.
But you think about this, Tooru should be still in the wasp womb, right?
At this point,
Yeah.
um,
Because he went the.
we don't know because we don't know how old Tooru is.
'Cause,
All
like,
we know, we do know that rock humans don't age normally, so it's very possible that Tooru is because Tooru, like Yasuo is supposed to be like in her 20s. I think she's like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
So I mean, Tooru, if rock humans don't age that much, then he could have been around for like 2 decades or so and still looks like a young lad.
Because did they say in that rock humans were born with stands or naturally have stands?
I always forget, and I always mean to check this. I think it's something like 95% of all rock humans have stands. I'll try and check this really quick.
I'm just imagining, like, while he's, like, learning or being nurtured in the wasp, he's kind of, like, living or learning the world through the head doctor. Like, it has the one going out there and kind of, like, you know, getting the lesson from the queen, like, from Tooru, but, like, controlling the head doctor in the real world and, like, getting into all the weird fruit business and insect stuff and...
That's, I mean...
That's just me talking out of my ass, but...
I think... Well, I'm not too sure, because the way that it's phrased in the beginning of the chapter is that the rock humans seem to, like, learn naturally. Like, it's almost as if empirical knowledge exists, and they learn about numbers, and they learn about, like, human society. So, I mean, maybe you're not off. Maybe that's how they... no, I don't know. Because that would mean, like, every rock human would have to have, like, a equivalent stand that lives outside of the... But they don't have that.
That's why he's, like, the chosen one, or, like, the chosen leader, because, like, he was able to live out, like, while he was being, like, growing, like... because
okay, wait, sorry.
The fact that he's there and just in everything, he's just... It's so weird. I just want to understand Tooru and the head doctor stand itself, because it's just... It's the weirdest thing of just a stand being a person as well, on top of having the other abilities. It's fascinating.
We haven't gotten to that quite yet, but we do see that the head doctor, Akafu, says, I am the wonder of you, or whatever. I'm sorry, I did look it up. So, according to, I think it was chapter 30, I don't know.
It was one of the earlier chapters.
It says that 95% of rock humans possess stands.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, just being able to go out in the world and not be trapped 100% of the time inside just because of his, like, stand that he had.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, like, I don't know, it's weird.
It is really weird.
Now that we know it's called the Wonder Review, I just, like, I want to understand more about it, because it can, like, it just lives another life, which is, like, stands that have the disguise, surface, I think, from part 4, like, that was its power, was just turning into someone else, and, like, basically just being a puppet. But this one, on top of being someone else, can cause a calamity as well. Like, uncontrolled. You can't really control the calamity, like, specifically, but still.
Yeah, and, like, here we see, I can't remember if you actually said it or not, so I'll just say it, like, the head doctor kills Rai's dad, basically. Like, he admits to it.
Well, he said that, yeah, he pursued me, and Calamity found a way. Like, he probably didn't, like, intend to kill his father. That we don't know yet, but still.
So to me, it seems kind of like a trap, because he would have used da 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 dee 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 do do do, whatever that stupid thing is called, to create the, like, issue with the plants.
Yeah.
And then that would cause him to go out to inspect them, and then that's where he would meet the head doctor. So maybe
during the one time a typhoon happened to happen, because he made a clear point that the only ever time a typhoon landed the shores of Morio, and that was the time.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point, because I think they've said before, or I think it's in Yasuo's opening narration, where she mentions that, like, people believe that the walleyes are, like, protecting Morio from, like, outside things, like from from typhoons and things.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
You know what's funny? I think back, just like how Tooru always bumped into Yasuo because he never wanted her to go to him, because that would probably other than when she called him, like, he never, like, physically, like, was able to go to him like that. He always came to her. It's always
that's funny.
But yeah, then we get to the actual name of him, the Wonder Review, which is, everybody kind of predicted that to be, like, the number one possible name for him. Kind of weird. He went just the letter, though, like the Wonder Review.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a little confused about that one.
And he keeps talking about flow. Also in
Yeah.
this. So
To me, it's like this kind of also reminds me of, and I've said this before, the whole Funny Valentine thing with D4C with Love Train, where it's like everything is working for the head doctor. Like everything is just clicking into place for him, and he doesn't have to like excess it or express any effort.
he basically tells them that like but the other half of me is like getting everything while I'm just gonna sit here because I know there's a trap going on here. All I gotta do is get you out of that chair, which is kind of funny how this whole standoff is like him trying to get Gappy out of his chair.
It is. I mean, it's how he da 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 dee dee do do
ends up. D8.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
Date.
When I read that, I was like, wait, date? What is date? That makes more sense. But yeah, so we learn that date's power. Oh wait, date? Did I say date?
You can say date. D8
we
or
learned
date.
I'll say D8 because date will get confusing. D8's power is that when it hits you, it basically is like it has a similar effect to Green Day where if you don't move, nothing happens to you, but kind of similar to Green Day. How D8 works is if you like move your limbs, it specifically is phrased moving your limbs causes asbestos to like shoot out of your body violently.
Ugh.
This is like so horrifying. Like he couldn't have picked a worse substance than asbestos.
It's literally could be the worst possible one. You can like, it's literally like stuff that's like in like walls or.
Well, it shouldn't be anymore.
Or anymore, but you I don't know how old architecture is inside. Inside.
I mean, it looks TG University Hospital looks pretty new, so.
I don't know. You can head up to like, I want these walls filled with asbestos, like my first order.
But so it seems to kind of not. It seems to go away after like he stops moving again. So it's really funny to me that Araki's created a fight where neither of the characters want to move, and that's like it's kind of like a reverse of the Narancia versus Little Feet. What's his name? Little Feet?
Yeah, the shrinking
fight.
one.
Yeah, where like in that one it's like, oh, our stands are so evenly matched. The first one to move is going to be the one that gets decisive victory. This is like completely flipped. It's like the first one to move might be the one that loses because there's so many conditions right now that can negatively affect them.
Yeah, it's very unique of a fight. But just like it's just so many horrific injuries are still happening to Gappy. You know, you had this master plan coming in this fight.
I know. I was not expecting him to get so fucked so quick.
And his wound from before were like opening up too, but then we get Ray take the shot to his hand, which is cool.
Rai is such a fucking boss here. I have to say the scenes of the asbestos like shooting out of Josuke's eyeball is horrifying.
It's like he just can't get shit off his face. Like even before, like when he had the whole glue fall on his face. Like
he's just screwed. Poor Josuke.
He gets beaten up. I think this is probably the most damage. He takes the most damage he's probably received. I can think. Like
yeah, but so
not counting Ozone Baby.
Oh yeah, the Ozone Baby was like, I can't believe anyone still even be able to like breathe without an iron lung after that fight. Well, no one we know. Obviously Nijimura. Kyo died. We just haven't seen her corpse yet.
She went back to her planet. So.
So yeah. Rai coming in clutch, throwing his hand in front of Josuke, so he takes the hit. What a bro! Like just a fucking awesome guy.
It's not being stabbed and escaping upwards. It's being stabbed and stretching out your limbs. You try to escape or extend your joints, every hole in your body will spew out asbestos. Ugh.
So now that they're both hit,
one more
neither
thing.
of them can move.
So he says D8 is a hunter of the mountainous regions. It hunts and eats rabbits from the ground, and those tend to jump to escape. And so basically, it is a hunter in like the mountains, which is interesting. That the rock animals do live in the wild in like various regions.
So I'd have to assume that maybe the rock animals kind of live by similar rules that the rock humans do, where they exist as like a parasitic organism for the juvenile portion of their life, and then they just kind of emerge fully formed like Venus out of Zeus's head, or Aphrodite. No, Athena out of Zeus's head.
Do you think they attach themselves to like humans, or they go to where like plants grow and then they attach themselves to certain humans, and maybe that would cause the rock disease on the firstborn?
I don't know. I think the whole thing with like I think the humans would have to like go after them because like
kids are stupid.
What? Oh yeah, I guess
kids are stupid.
That is true. Actually, kids like to put shit in their mouths. Like they just go outside and they like pick up a rock and put it in their mouth. Yeah, could be a rock human.
Could be a rock human. That's a stupid thing I'm gonna think. So yeah, and then that's how he brings up about his dad dying in a landslide because of him pursuing him, which in any other anime would cause him to go after the head doctor and probably end up being dead. But luckily, he kept his cool.
Yeah, he's so based.
If he was Mista, he would end up shooting himself by now. But yeah, I thought that there's still we learned so much. There's still so much we need to learn about. But Gappy loses his chair and he gains a desk.
Yeah, and he's in a terrible position right now because all of his limbs are like, except his one arm, all his limbs are like completely curled up. Like, so if he moves at all, it'll cause the attack to begin again. Yeah,
and his eye is like, his face still has shit on it. And we're still not sure if he's still like blind completely in the rock eye.
Also, okay, so one other thing I want to point out I really want to just appreciate the construction of this fight. I feel like it's so rare that we get a 2v2 stand battle, and here it's like perfect because both Josuke and the head doctor cannot move, and their whole like express purpose is not to move. So the head doctor being able to bring out D8 is like the perfect counter to that because he doesn't need to do anything. He just can let D8 like win the fight for him until, of course, Rai. And then one of the last things we see this chapter is Rai. He's got the fire in his eyes. He has that Johnny Joestar fire light.
It's so crazy how important he is, and he came in like so late.
Do you think that he's going to have some sort of Steel Ball Run connection?
We still had his bubbles being like the threads spinning like very fast. And I still think the Lucy thing still can tie into more Part 7 stuff if we get that.
Yeah. Have we seen any other JoJo character have the Johnny Joestar fire eyes? Is this literally the first one since Johnny? Because that's crazy. If that's true, that's fucking crazy.
I mean, his man killed his father. So I mean, parent stuff, man. Having your any as long as you're born with drama with your parents, which is like everybody in fucking Part 8. Like
it's everyone in JoJo, Sam.
Yeah.
Point to one character that is like well adjusted. You can't pick Hakyoin though. He's the only one.
Damn it! He had a perfect. His parents still think he ran away from home though.
Oh, that's so bitter.
I'm trying to think. Damn it. I mean, Jonathan, it was pretty good until his dad got killed by Dio.
He had a pretty rough relationship with his dad, actually.
Well, it was going great until Dio arrived.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
I was like, how many people end up with like a murdered like sibling in JoJo? Oh, Part 4 Josuke probably had a pretty good relationship. I mean, his grandfather died, but he forgot about that.
I'd say Part 4 Josuke has a terrible relationship with his dad, Joseph Joestar.
He's working on it though, at least.
That's true. They are getting better.
That one at least like had a nice moment, and then like maybe I'll try it out, but don't guarantee anything.
Yeah, you know that Joseph forgot about it. Joseph was already in early stages of dementia. He forgot about Josuke 10 days later.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like any of the Part 5 all had like terrible experiences, but that's a family. They're a family together though.
That's true. All right, so
daddy issues.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So we end up seeing. I mean, if you think of any other ones, jump in. But we end up seeing what?
I'm working on it.
The last thing we see is the D8 merges with the desk, so he's like right under Josuke.
It's like, how are they gonna kill this thing?
it's gonna be down to Rai. Rai is gonna have to make a really hard play here and probably die.
Because they killed Do-Re-Mi, they blew it up, if I remember right.
Yeah,
they literally had to blow it up.
Yeah, Josuke used he used his bubbles to carry gasoline over to it and then lit it on fire.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's the true body of D8. It could just
that's
be
a really good
an
point.
Extension of it, and they have to find the real body to get to it.
Because the way that it moves, it melds into things. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was I don't know if there was a subterranean version of it or something.
I don't know. This hospital does not make too much noise or any kind of explosion or rumbles because no one in the hospital seems to care. So
that's very true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, no one really. This hospital doesn't really care. It's just another.
Maybe
earthquake.
Josuke did the thing that he did in chapter 4 where he removed the sound from everything. So when there are all these explosions, there's no sound happening.
Can you plunder more than one thing at a time, or just have multiple different plunder bubbles? I don't think you can.
I don't know. Actually, I've never thought about that.
Is each bubble get different? Because if that, every bubble be a different thing and flying around, or we still don't know what the gambit is or the bubbles are. Or Holly's gonna come in there and punch the head doctor from behind because she forgot about him every 2 seconds, so she can't pursue him. She keeps forgetting. But we'll see. There's so much to happen, and we have chapter 100. Do you think? I think although Aeon started talking about how he thinks on Twitter Kaito is definitely going to be the main villain now since all this mother focus, and people think she be a rock woman?
Yeah, well, I feel like she can't be.
I don't think so either.
Because if she gave birth to all of the Higashikatas and they didn't go through we've seen them as children, so that completely actually that totally disproves that she's a rock woman, unless she did a weird kind of switch to birth trick. No, it doesn't. It can't exist. This is not a theory that works. I'm throwing this out.
Yeah, I was this whole chapter just threw out a lot of Rocky forgot shit. So everyone, Kaito's probably definitely going to come back. And
who?
Yeah, I said Kaito, not Kyo, Jim.
Sam, it's Kato.
Kaito.
Why is it there? Why are you getting an I? Kaito.
Mispronouncing stuff is fun.
It does really trigger everyone, which is pretty funny. It also triggers me, which is not funny.
Good. That's the point. But
I will correct you every time you say Kato's name
fine.
from now
on. I mispronounce half the Hishikata's names.
Yeah, Hishikata.
Hishikata. That's what I said. So
one day, Sam.
Never.
One day I'll murder you.
Yeah, you can get in line. So what do you think is going to happen in chapter 100 then? Because it had to be something big happen for the 100th chapter, other than the 7-page nut or the 100-page nut.
My prediction is that Rai will die. That's my big prediction. I think if he's not gonna die in that chapter, then he's gonna have one of those classic JoJo scenes where it's he does the sacrifice gambit, and then we see an extended flashback with him as a child or as a younger version of himself, and you're like, damn, I love this character now, and I'm sad he's dead.
I don't think he's gonna die. I still think he has some, especially now that he definitely has unfinished business, and I think he'll need to get a couple more chapters before that. I'm gonna guess he's gonna cut back to Joshu and Yasha for most of it.
What do you think his unfinished business is?
This whole stuff with his dad, the insect that was in the orchard, and why the head doctor was
right
there in the first place. What the head doctor just trying to get rid of fruit businesses?
What a nefarious man.
I don't know, man.
My ultimate goal is to destroy fruit businesses.
Maybe he found out he was growing the fruit, and he didn't want the humans to have it or anyone else to really get to the new fruit, or not the new. I think that's the Jokakaka.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I think that it definitely has to deal with. My fan theory is that Mamazuku's father was working with the evil bad guys, the fruit cartel, because he is a plant appraiser. Because
he was friends. I feel like he was partnered with the Hishikata orchard, and since that's how they knew each other, I'm thinking like since he
could be a double agent.
Could have been, but it's some fruit business. just typical Part 8 fruit business. But I still think like he still needs some answers from like why he went to his estate, why the bugs were there, and then the whole thing about the typhoon. That's gonna be I still think that's gonna be like when we get to the Part 7 flashback with Lucy, which I'm still guessing. I mean, imagine if we got the Lucy flashback in chapter 100.
Damn, that's what I really want. I want the fucking Lucy flashback.
Yeah, same.
What if it never happens and I die, sad man?
Because we got 3 different stories in this chapter alone, so we can get like another 3 like things like that. And if he gets extra pages because it's chapter 100, who knows?
Oh, what if JoJolion gets the cover of Ultra Jump? That'd be fucking awesome.
It should for that one, because the last one was the one with all the head doctors in the sky, like that painting.
Yeah, that was pretty recently. I mean, I feel like JoJo is a pretty big series though, so I think JoJo has enough clout to get a lot of or multiple covers per year.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it definitely I think we'll come back to Yasho and Joshu, and there had to be some big. I think there's definitely gonna be some big reveal, or maybe that's when Kaito comes back.
Kato.
Never. So
you're gonna slip up one day and you're gonna say Kato by accident, and I'm not gonna say anything, and it's gonna be great.
And you're gonna gloat about it. And I'm like, okay, sure. Everybody slips up once.
Oh, you dastard! You're an utter dastard.
I've been mispronouncing shit since I was a kid, so it's fine.
No, that is the stupidest logic I've ever heard.
It's fine.
Sam, you will not grow.
I am Mr. Stupid Logic. Why do you think I'd make these like low brain predictions for myself?
Sam, what is that one meme? The one thing about playing easy games, it's like, you will not grow. You did not do anything to earn this. You will not be better. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's a really funny meme when people are talking about like Sekiro being too hard. There was like a tweet that became like a hold on, I'm trying to find it. It became like a copy pasta where it's like, if you play this game on easy mode, you're cheating yourself. You will not grow. You will stagnate. That's you, Sam. That's you.
It's gonna be like Devil May Cry when I fail enough and just gonna say easy mode unlocked. Do you want to switch to that? And it's gonna be me pronouncing everything right, which it won't be. I'm not gonna.
All right, wait, no, I found it. Hold on, wait, shit.
Now this is welcome to the Copy Pasta podcast.
All right, Sam. By mispronouncing names, you cheated not only JoJolion but also yourself. You did not grow. You did not improve. You took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing was risked and nothing was gained. It is sad that you don't know the difference.
Hold on, my life motto is like you did it wrong and you. Or what was that one? Like, you did it wrong. You will learn nothing. Go back again. Say it again.
Wait, the whole thing.
Like the second, like the around the middle. It's like
you learned nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing was risked. Nothing was gained.
That's like my life motto.
You took a shortcut and gained nothing.
That's it.
This man was
took a
so
shortcut
angry.
And gained nothing. That's my life motto. There we go.
This man is so angry about this man playing Sekiro with mods on.
I didn't find Sekiro like I didn't find it hard. I didn't find it that fun or gel with, honestly.
That's a personal taste. Literally die.
That's my personal taste. I'm allowed to have an opinion about that.
I can't. I disagree.
I can't just like love every game, every fucking FromSoft game. Jim, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't either, but I like the good ones, and Sekiro is good. All right, we're not going to talk about this anymore.
Sure.
Because I said so. All right. Do you have anything else to say about JoJolion chapter 99?
It was very good. It's fucking fantastic. Worth the wait, and I can't wait. I'm glad there's no hiatus. Could imagine there was a hiatus after this one.
It would be fine, I think.
Would it?
I'd be okay. I mean, I'm an adult. Like, I'm a grown up, so I can like delay my gratification.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Of course, it's nice to not have a hiatus, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Part of my online brand is trying to be like superior to everyone else, so
Sure. And I just can't wait we're actually gonna reach chapter 100, which is crazy.
That is really. It just doesn't feel real.
Now, any opinion? What's your review opinion? Your IGN score?
My review opinion IGN score is It was okay. 9.9.
Too much water.
Yeah, too much water. Actually, not enough water. It was all in the forest.
Too much water, not enough water. Like a positive and a negative.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like this chapter. I thought it was awesome. I had many moments where I gasped out loud.
Same.
Like when I saw the stone mask, it was like, I don't know. It's just one of those moments. Like, I don't want to compare it to the world reveal in part 7, but like having like a callback that feels meaningful is great.
To be honest, when I first clicked on the chapter, but the first page, like I saw Hermes and like Anya, like did someone put up a fake chapter like for a second there? I was like, this is looking good, but like this was like part 6, like Hermes, and part 3 Enya. Like, what's going on here, guys?
Someone actually this time. I remember last month I said that I was avoiding the page preview that Araki does because I don't like to do that, and then I found out that it was literally the very fucking first page. So this year I was like, this month I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look at the preview page, and people were sharing this fake preview page that had Kato on it, and I was like, holy shit!
Her carrying like Jovin or something.
Yeah, and then so don't make fun of me, people. I only glanced at it because I didn't want to really be spoiled when I saw Kato. But then I looked at it again later, and it's like such a terrible Photoshop.
It's like Jordan. Jovin has like Giorno's outfit on.
Yes, it's literally just Giorno.
I'm pretty sure it's like the image of like his body like on the spikes or something. Cause that's the only thing I can remember of him just being like bloodied like that.
Yeah, I don't even know. But I was just like, really, I'm such a fucking idiot that I couldn't tell that it was a bad Photoshop.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I took a shortcut and gained nothing.
I gotta make that like my bio and like everything. Put that on my resume for a future job.
I took a shortcut. That is such a deep dig. It's so good.
Like when we write a book, it's gonna be like the first like quote like on the first page.
All right.
Are we good?
Yeah, I'm starting to hit the pasta highs ended. Now the pasta lethargy has begun.
You're on the pasta hangover.
Yeah, no, it's not really that pasta hangover, but the pasta refractory period, where now I'm all tired and I don't want to do anything.
It's like when you eat like a fast food and you just feel like shit. But it's like a lot longer with pasta though than it does like fast food.
Yep.
It's like when you eat a Big Mac and you feel like shit afterwards.
Oh yeah, and I keep doing it. I still keep doing it. I don't know why.
I'm gonna pour one out when Taco Bell gets rid of those value menu foods, man. I'm not sure if you heard about that, but they're getting rid of like my beefy Frito burrito, which is like my go-to Taco Bell thing.
I love the beefy Frito burrito.
And I'm just like, how dare you?
Damn, all right, that sucks, but let's end the podcast.
Everybody pour one out. So yes, thank you so much for listening. Definitely comment on your theories or your opinions or little things that we may have missed or, anything like that. I'm not sure if you have any certain questions for this one, Jim.
I don't think I do.
What do you think's going to happen in chapter 100, like the big, oh shit, chapter 100 moment then?
All right, in 3 words. Here's the fun challenge.
No, don't do 3 words.
You have to use 3 words. Okay, yeah, write a haiku. What you think is going to happen in chapter 100? That's fun. Mean. That's more mean than making them use only 3 words.
3 words not fun. That's easy. But you gotta make a haiku. They gotta try, and then let's see they're clever. Maybe we'll read out their haikus in like a future video or the next one.
That's a fun idea.
Maybe whenever we do our Jokakaka, we'll read them.
Oh, I like the idea of doing like getting some royalty free, like silly, like cheesy, like Asian music playing in the background, and then we slowly read it, and it'll be like we'll use like shitty like snowy background footage, and be like, Kato is my wife. Yeah. Hopefully, Jobin is not dead. Tsurugi is dead. There's a haiku for you.
If you want me to mispronounce. And if you want me to mispronounce the names, you just say, I want Sam to read it.
You took a shortcut and gained nothing.
Words to live by. So yeah, definitely like do those. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out our other videos, our Jokakaka. We just had one like a week or 2 ago release.
Yeah, we had Oceans on, which was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
check that out.
All these Jokakakas are fun. Definitely check out. We have a part 3. Speaking of Enya in the chapter, we did our part 3 stuff, and I think Enya's coming up.
I think she's literally the next one. So yeah.
And
wait a week and find out our opinions on Enya.
A week or two, yeah. Which I remember is nothing much, but we'll see. If I remember that fight, it's way more comical.
I really did not care for that scene that episode in the MMA.
MMA. Jim, you took shortcuts and you gained nothing there, okay?
Oh shit, I've become my mortal enemy, Sam.
You've become what you hated. Me. So, yes, check that out. And,
no, I love you, Sam. You're good.
I'm going to try to
You're not my mortal enemy.
Hopefully, speaking of the disgusting
You're
bugs,
my deepest rival.
Part 1, I'm hopefully going to get the halfway point of Chimera Ant arc. I'm going to try to knock out this weekend since I'm off. I've probably been saying like every fucking week, but hopefully this time I'm going to do it.
Hell yeah.
And then, anything else you want to plug? Other than their Twitters, or the podcast Twitter, and each of us separately?
Well, I would just like to say that we are available on every platform. Basically, I mean, we're on all the major platforms. So if you like listening to us on Spotify or whatever, if that's easier for you, check it out. I've gotten a lot of comments lately that people are requesting the Jokakakas to be also available on Spotify and our other things. So I think I'll be adding those soon. I'm cool. Sorry, it's not like a huge priority for me at the moment, just because I have a lot of other shit going on. But I'll get around to adding those, and I think from the future we'll put the Jokakakas on there too.
And who will be the next on the next Jokaka? Who knows?
Yeah, comment. Oh, we already asked for a fun comment.
In haiku.
A comment in haiku. You want on the next Jokakaka.
No, or just at the IQ, your IQ, like dash. Oh yeah, just put here's what we want for Jokaka.
Dash.
Returning
Scott the Waz. Let's get Scott the Waz on, Sam. That'd be pretty fun.
Just knowing nothing about JoJo and talk about like Chibi Robo and.
Yeah, we'll get him to play the JoJo video games, and he'll do a whole video where like, I don't know what anime video games are, and then he talks about it for 20 minutes. Shit, he did. Fuck. Damn.
Fuck. So anything else then? Are we missing?
Oh yeah, one more thing. I might as well plug it. I mean, there's no one here. Everyone left, but I do a Steven Universe rewatch retrospective podcast with my dear friend Tom. Mm-hmm. Give that a check out. We're called The Crystal Men. Link in the bio, link below, whatever. It's a lot of fun. We rewatch Steven Universe episode by episode, have some guests on. Ton of fucking fun. If Sam watched Steven Universe, we'd have him on. But Sam hates fun.
Yeah. That's why I play Monster Hunter, so I have no fun. And fight a very hard monster that I finally beat.
Sounds like a game for losers, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I play it.
Monster Hunter, more like, I'd rather be Sleeping Hunter.
What? You took a shortcut, Jim, and you gained nothing. You better call the episode that.
Oh, this is the best. This is like the joke that keeps on giving.
You literally better name the episode like he took a shortcut and gained nothing.
Oh, I might do that. It's not as like it's a little long for an episode title.
Oh yeah, and join the Discord.
Yeah, I think we already played that. All right, yeah. All right. Also, liking the video helps us.
I said that already. Damn it,
like it again. Unlike it and like it again.
This is going to go into chaos. Jim, your pasta high is going to an all-time pasta low.
The pasta chaos. All the chaotic pasta elements are inside my belly, destroying my brain.
Oh my god!
Damn, I want this podcast to last forever, Sam. Let's do like another hour of this.
Pasta la vista, as they call it, Jim.
All right. With that, thank you so much for listening. We love all of you and all of your comments.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.